Welcome to In Depth with Academia. I'm Richard Price, and today I'm genuinely excited to be your guide on this journey through the fascinating world of academic research. As the CEO of Academia.edu, I get to see so many interesting findings, and today we'll dive into a paper by Eliezer JGM. It's a doozy. So, what's this paper all about, right? It tackles a pretty significant question. How do our perceptions and understanding of salvation and afterlife influence our behavior? Why is this significant, you might wonder? Well, because whether you're religious, spiritual, or none of the above, these are concepts that have shaped human culture and behavior for centuries, Eliezer JGM explores what might happen if our understanding of eternal consequences like heaven or hell were shifted or challenged. Now, I must remind you that this is merely a perspective, a piece of research to ponder over, not one to unequivocally accept or reject. In the paper, Eliezer delves into various interpretations of afterlife scenarios across different cultures and religious traditions. The focus is on Christian interpretations, particularly how some artistic representations, think of those vivid images of fire and brimstone, affect believers' psychology and societal norms. I mean, it makes you think, right? How does one's belief in eternal punishment shape their decisions in daily life? Now, about those images, those wild, intimidating depictions of hell are not just there to scare. They aim to instill a certain moral compass, guiding behavior through, fear of negative consequences. I mean, we've seen it in medieval art where hell is depicted so vividly. It's both fascinating and terrifying at the same time. So, how did Eliezer JGM go about tackling this topic? The research method was like a tapestry woven from interviews, art analysis, and theological texts to provide a comprehensive view. Eliezer interviewed clergy, artists, and lay people, aiming to understand the emotional and psychological impact of these depictions. It's like a deep dive into the psyche and culture. And the findings, oh boy, they were intriguing. People often see these images as metaphors, symbols of existential reflection, rather than literal depictions. This metaphorical interpretation, Eliezer argues, helps individuals internalize moral teachings without the paralyzing fear of endless torment. But here's something I found really interesting. Despite the metaphorical nature, these images continue to spur vivid emotional reactions. People reported a heightened sense of accountability and moral introspection. It's like there's this inner dialogue where one questions the consequences of their actions, a dialogue initiated by visual art. Who would have thought, right? Also, there's a digression here. I know this one time when I was reading, never mind, let's stay focused. So, what does this mean for you and me? It suggests that images, art, can serve as catalysts for ethical reflection, encouraging us to lead more considered lives. This is, it's quite profound, isn't it? How art can drive us to reflect. The paper also touches on how these concepts of salvation and punishment inform cultural norms and laws. Societies often weave these narratives into policy making, perhaps as a way of curbing behavior that's considered detrimental. But wait, this isn't to say that this paper is advocating for any particular religious view. Remember, it's exploratory. You see, academic research guides us but doesn't lead us by the nose. It's not about right or wrong, but about considering things we might never have otherwise, In conclusion, Eliezer JGM's exploration into the representations of afterlife shows us the power of imagery in shaping human behavior and culture. Whether you view these depictions as literal or as thought-provoking metaphors, they compel us to engage with our moral compass, sometimes in ways we never anticipated. That's about it for today's episode of In Depth with Academia. I hope this left you pondering, not fearing, but considering how our beliefs and the art that represents them influence our actions and societies. Always remember, research isn't about supplying answers. It's about arousing curiosity. Until next time, I'm Richard Price, reminding you that the world of academia is vast. So stay curious, question everything, and most importantly, keep learning. Yeah, just keep learning.